Mirror's Edge is a parkour and free-running game developed by DICE and published by EA. It currently costs $20 on Steam or available on the Xbox Game Pass, and was originally released on the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 in 2008 and Microsoft Windows in 2009. Mirror's Edge drops you into a futuristic city where you play as Faith, a girl who lives her life as a runner, who is basically someone who delivers mail that gets around using parkour. Faith's sister is named Kate, who is a police officer who ends up being framed for a murder, and Faith becomes determined to reveal the true killer. The main focus in Mirror's Edge is definitely the movement system. You primarily use jump and slide to get around, and follow the red objects scattered throughout each level to get to the end. These mechanics are done incredibly well, and it never gets old jumping your way through the amazing landscape this game displays. If you're ever lost, you can press B in your controller to have your character pointed in the right direction, or wherever the game thinks you should go next. Mirror's Edge is over 10 years old, and still has a super distinct and unique visual, as well as audio, style, and experience. The graphics look great for how old the title is, and the soundtrack has an incredibly ambient and relaxing feel to it, which is extremely nice to counter the combat situations that are a huge pain in the ass. Good luck, by the way, when you're playing through this part your first time, as following the red like you're supposed to do, like you have been doing for the whole game, does absolutely nothing and just results you just dying over and over again. And if you're anything like me, this room will drive you absolutely crazy and will almost cause you to quit playing this game entirely. The main problem I have with Mirror's Edge, other than the bugs and the crashes, What? 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 Is the absurd combat system. Looking at the other games released the same year, like Arkham Asylum, Assassin's Creed 2, and Borderlands 1, I can see why DICE maybe thought a game only about free running and parkour wouldn't have sold or done too well. Disarming an enemy in Mirror's Edge consists of mashing the disarm button when the enemy's gun turns red, and then using their guns against them, which in my opinion was used a few too many times throughout the story. This concept totally slows the gameplay down, requiring you to slow down your pace practically to a stop and mess with the clunky game's shooting mechanics. Almost all of my annoyances and frustrations in Mirror's Edge came from the combat, and although there were usually ways around each scenario, the combat still annoys and irritates me the most, and for how good and enjoyable it is to play, it is featured way too many times. Mirror's Edge is a fantastic free-running and parkour game that holds up extremely well for a game that was released in 2008. The graphics and the soundtrack are amazing, and while the combat lacks in many places, I strongly recommend you give this game a try when it goes on sale for $10 or less.